What is up, guys? This is Merc with the mic and bringing you another Wrestling Babble for 9, 10, 17. Today, I got my two boys with me, Louis Beans
Hello, hello,
and
hello.
the Minion with the Opinion.
It's a three-peat. It's a three-peat.
Three Pete. So now if
Three-peat.
he's done for a month. That's about Lesnar.
Yep.
Yeah, so you're gonna see.
Yep. You caught me on a good Sunday.
Yeah.
My boys play Sunday night.
Yeah, so there's no 4 o'clock game, so the Cowboys
Yeah.
are not playing right now.
That's right.
Yeah. Shout outs to football season starting. Watching my
That's right.
Jets be horrible.
That's right.
It's really bad. At least I had the Cowboys. I watched the Cowboys, and I like the Cowboys. So there you go.
Hey,
That's
I got a
right.
question.
Yeah,
I'm not a football guy, but where's John Madden?
I don't know.
He's not dead. I'll tell you that.
No, I know that.
He's
but
not dead. Where is he? He's in his estate. He's in his mansion.
They
He
didn't
used
prop
to
him
do,
up somewhere.
Yeah, he's somewhere. He used to do the commentating on Channel 4 for a while, and then he stopped.
Yeah, he called the quits.
Yeah, now he's retired.
How long ago was that? You remember how long ago that was?
He's been retired for about,
I feel like 4
I
years,
want-
5 years.
I want to say longer than that. A little longer than that.
I gotta go look it up.
I'm gonna say about maybe about eight years.
8 years.
I think it's about
Okay.
8.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Learn something new every day. All right.
Yeah, he just keeps the name on the football game because he gets royalties.
Okay.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so football season's right here, and also we have our own little tournament, as well as the Mae Young Classic that just pretty much did all 3 rounds within the last 2 weeks, and now the finals is this Tuesday night after SmackDown.
Okay.
That's right.
So, all right. So overall, what do you think so far of this Mae Young Classic?
Go ahead, Lou. You go first.
There's there was there was a point brought up. I forgot where I heard it, but for all the people who are supposed to be the best women in the world, there were a lot of like matches.
Yeah.
You know, like if these are supposed to be the best women in professional wrestling, quote unquote, why are there so many botches? Why are there so many lame matches? Like,
Yeah, some styles.
I concur, especially the Dominican chick.
Yeah,
That Dominican chick, Marty Bell, that she came from Johnny Rod's wrestling school.
Yeah, she was in TNA for a bit too.
That was, she was just terrible to watch. That was hard.
Yeah.
It was her versus Rachel Devers in the first round.
Yeah.
That had to be one of the most sloppiest matches I've seen ever.
Besides that, the Shayna Dibley match
yeah,
Well,
that
that's
was the
another
match.
that's another
That
story
was-
with her.
versus Vanessa Bourne, that match was
That was
fucking
terrible.
terrible as
Terrible.
well.
Uh,
I think it really picked up like second round up. Like the best match I've saw, like hands down, was towards the semifinal.
I mean, the first round had good matches, but I'm just saying this only for what they claim. It's
Yeah.
just like, so
Yeah. All right, so I'll say top 3 matches of the whole tournament so far.
so who do you got?
The top 3 matches I have
Yeah.
of the tournament so far. My number 1 match so far has been my favorite match the whole tournament. Was Tony Storm versus Kairi Sane.
Oh, that was a good match.
That was hands
great.
down my favorite match through the whole tournament. I think they had the best chemistry with the whole thing. Another match that I liked a lot, which would be another Tony Storm match, was her versus Piper.
That was good.
And then I really liked. You know what? I don't know what. I think it was her second match. It was Abby versus. Damn, what was her second match?
Oh, Abby Lath in the second round versus who? Mercedes Martinez.
No, not that one. She fought someone else before that.
she fought
Rhea Ripley?
Rachel Ever.
Yeah, that.
Oh, Rachel Devers. Yeah, that was
a really
good.
match. Yeah.
Mhm.
Those are my 3 highlight matches of the whole thing.
Okay.
Mine,
I didn't
mine's.
finish it, so I don't have
You,
3.
you don't
So
have
go
3 yet? Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I mean, I can give you my 1, and that's the Jazzy Gobert's only match. Like that was my favorite match of the entire
No,
thing.
that match was really good too. Like I'll put that like in the top 5 because
So
I actually
that's-
liked
Which
her
match?
The Jazzy Gobert's for match.
Oh, the German, the one that lost the first round.
Yeah,
Yeah, I love that. That was good.
that was about, I don't know, something. It felt more like I don't know if you want to call it 90s wrestling, but it's just more like hard hitting power moves, like some chick being a powerhouse is pretty.
It was more about style and presentation. I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah,
She brought
that's
like
way
the
she
old
made it
school
look.
feel back. Yeah, exactly.
yeah, like she was going down and then she did that whole hook up and fucking started attacking and shit. I liked that.
But it just didn't look lame like Lady Year Hogan. So I appreciate that.
Yeah, no, I you know what? She was one of my standouts, and I'm happy that she's been signed with NXT for a while. Abby's really good. She's
Yeah,
really good,
yeah.
and she was trained by Drew Gulak.
Really?
Ah.
Wow.
Yeah, I think that's her dude. I think she's actually with Drew Gulak, but I think yeah, he trained her.
Nice.
He had a big hand in training
She's
and stuff like that.
pretty
She has a
good,
good,
yeah.
she has a good style.
Really
Good. I think she has a good look, and she just has a crowd behind her. She's really good. But yeah, I liked that match a lot too. It reminded me, it gave me what I thought it was just Rocky 4 in my
That's
head.
funny. That's funny.
She looked like Bridget Nelson.
Yeah. Dude.
I think my top favorite match was Bianca Belair versus Kairi Sane.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was probably my top favorite. They brought out a lot of moves. She even brought out a 450 for that match, and she whipped the hell out of her with her hair.
Yeah.
Oh my lord! And then it's not really in particular order, but then it's Toni Storm versus Kairi Sane.
Okay.
Oh my god, she ate the gate,
Yeah.
the floor gate when she did the crossbody to the
Yeah.
outside. She face planted pretty hard. She left like. Oh, you didn't see it yet, Mike, but wait till you watch that one.
But that sounds brutal. What was the match was good, or that's just the
Oh,
standard?
that was the best
It was
match.
great. It was a great match. It was hard hitting. It was fun. It was physical, man. Toni Storm is so much fun to watch, and when you hear that she's only 21 years old, the sky's the limit for her.
Okay.
Yeah, I like.
She has her body type reminds me so much of Alexa Bliss.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see
A
that.
lot
Yeah, she's
of
like
Alexa
5'2".
Bliss.
She's like
Yes.
5'2".
She looks like Jessica Simpson with an Alexa Bliss body.
Yeah.
That's what she looks like. And I think number 3 has to be Piper Niven versus Toni Storm.
Yeah, that was a really good one. I like their whole spot when they both were upside down and shook each other's hand.
And they shook each other's hands. Yeah, I thought that was great.
Yeah,
That was hilarious.
I think her style, her just style in the ring, I think it was really good. I really hope they do sign Toni Storm because I think she could be a really good asset for NXT. Like again, there's a handful of girls in this whole tournament that I will sign like right now. Just the fact that one, their age, and two, their experience with that age, which is crazy. But yeah, that was a really good match. I like the Toni Storm, Kairi Sane match a little more than the Bianca Belair, but again, that would be my top 5 as well. So Bianca Belair had a good showing as well. She's already signed on NXT, so she was one that like I'm like, all right, she's in NXT already, so I don't really have to like. But the ones that are not signed yet, there's a bunch of them, like a good handful that I will say they better sign.
True enough.
I liked Lacey Evans. I liked a lot in this tournament.
Mm-hmm.
I thought she was really, really good, and NXT has her signed also.
Yeah.
I've seen her, and she was really good.
What's the deal with her? She's been there for a while too, though.
Yeah, see, Marine, she went through the whole performance center, like she's just being built up.
Oh no,
She
no,
had
no! I
a-
know they give you a backstory, but she's been in NXT for a while.
She has? I didn't even
about
notice
She
2 years.
that.
showed up every once in a while. Yeah, she
About 2
really
years.
would show up,
She's been there for about 2 years.
and she hasn't like been in any, you know.
She's done some
high stakes.
shows. No, she hasn't been in any like high ranked matches, but she's done some shows
No,
where
I'm just
she's
wondering why
wrestled on
not.
TV.
You think she should be? like to come up?
Yeah,
I think wrestling wise, yes, but I just think maybe character wise, there's something that's missing with her.
Okay. Okay.
It's not from my perspective. That's not from my standpoint. That's from the boys in the back, most likely. Because look at Mandy Rose. I've yet to see her on TV in a year.
soon.
Okay.
Soon.
Okay.
I haven't seen her in a year.
She gets like changing the subject, but she just got like a big thing with Trish Stratus commenting on the photo that she actually thought it was her. They looked just alike in one of these pictures, and I was like, wow. But yeah, you might be seeing her a lot more after some during the. They did their recordings now. They'll be filming soon, but I think she'll be on TV very soon.
Okay. Do you know what I found pretty astonishing is when they were showing a lot of these the lady wrestlers, when they were showing them like their previous packages and they were talking up their stories. You notice who was the one wrestler they showed them wrestling all the time? It was Ruby Riott.
Yeah.
That was it was Ruby Riott. It was like, wow.
Yeah, because they all were in Shimmer.
And that's who it looks like NXT is focusing on now is Ruby Riott.
It's good. She's a good person to focus on, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I liked Lacey Evans a lot. I liked Rhea Ripley. I thought was phenomenal. Yeah. I said her versus Charlotte. Take my money now for that one. Her versus Asuka. Oh man, they got a lot of talent. They had, you know what? For some of the down matches that they had during this pool, they had a lot of great talent. Like Tessa Blanchard was really nice to watch, and I know she was on NXT for like 2 months maybe.
Yeah, she did a couple matches there, but I would like her to be signed and actually have it be a permanent stable. Yeah, she could be in the whole Real House with Charlotte because she's a third generation wrestler.
Yeah.
Okay.
The only thing that I thought was needed was if you brought some of those girls from NXT, why couldn't you bring one on the main roster who wasn't being utilized?
I think they just wanted to have a fresh take on because most of the girls that you saw from NXT, you really didn't really see in NXT. You understand? Like they're NXT, but you haven't really seen them like that. So they wanted them. They picked the certain ones that just want to kind of stand out from the tournament. Them going to the main roster and stuff like that. I like the fact that it was all new faces. I'm fine with that. But I can understand what you're saying. But I was fine with the all new faces because even the NXT girls, they're all kind of new faces because you didn't see them on a weekly basis on NXT.
But with the least talent that you saw women like Serena Deeb. And you saw a lot of other people who weren't just as top notch as some of the other women in the ring. You could have saw Dana Brooke. You could have saw Mickey James. You could have seen some other names in there that could have helped out. It's because some of these matches look like they were just training. Yeah. Basically.
Yeah, that was my earlier point. Was just like, what's up with these, for lack of a better term, scrubby matches?
Yeah, I could agree with that. Like, I could see, like, especially like with the people that kind of went down, like Dana Brooke and like Alicia Fox. You could have put her in this, and you could have put like Mickey James. Just have that veteran. Like, this is important that these girls are going from the main roster into the tournament just to participate.
You know, my only real gripe with the entire thing so far is just it seems that there's no real. They all have personality.
Yeah.
They all have little things and details, and you can tell them all apart. But for serious, there were no characters. Like none of them really, except for can you remind me the black girl with the whip hair?
Bianca Blair.
Bianca Blair, yeah.
But
yeah,
I disagree a little bit. I think Bianca Belair had a lot of character.
No, I was saying she was the standout, but like.
Oh yeah, no. Her, Toni Storm. Toni Storm had a lot of character. I thought too.
I like the Toni Storm.
Toni Storm had a lot of character, and Kairi Sane.
Yeah.
Her presentation, her whole pirate thing was really great.
She's Jack Sparrow.
Yeah.
Hold on a second.
She's a pirate.
Kairi Sane, talking about the Japanese woman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She had a character? I thought she was just happy to be there.
She was a pirate.
She was a pirate. She's a happy pirate.
Really? Wow.
She was a happy pirate. You didn't see the wheel she had?
That's at the end?
No, she had the wheel every time she came in the ring. She had the wheel and the pirate hat.
Ooh, no. Like,
Yeah,
nah.
that was her thing.
And
that's her thing.
And one of her moves is to walk in the plank, and then she'll go and drop kick you in the face.
Dude, no, that didn't translate. That didn't translate to me very. I didn't know. I thought she was just happy to be there.
No,
because she's always smiling. Why?
Yeah, seriously, when you watch the promo before her fighting Bianca Belair, she literally was just gushing about how happy she was and how she was going to leave her mark. Nothing character-wise. Like, I mean, I don't mean. Again, I was trying to separate the two, personality and character. I mean like I don't want to say gimmick.
Yeah.
But like this is wrestling, so when they translate to the main roster, they're just gonna be generic woman.
Yeah.
Number 3 that can wrestle.
But that's what you saw in the Cruiserweight Classic. None of these guys gave any character really. They just wrestled.
Besides Kendrick and Gargano.
Kendrick and TJ like came off as like I don't know what it was about TJ there. Maybe he was just like a super baby face, so it came over as like I don't know. His charisma wasn't the asshole-ish thing it is now, where you're tired of it.
No, he was just really good. Like he didn't have a bad match in that whole tournament.
But I mean, like he stood. Like there's a thing about him where he stood out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I understand.
Like I don't know how it doesn't seem to. For me, it's not translating. Only Bianca Belair seems to like it's like the one I was saying. Yo, sign her ASAP.
I like Mia Yim.
True enough.
I like her, and I think she has character, and she's a former TNA Knockouts champion and shit like that. She's really good in the ring too. I would like her to be signed as well.
Yeah, I thought Mia Yim was very good also.
Yeah.
If you notice her match versus I believe is Shayna.
Yeah.
They highlight like mostly her moves during the finish, which I thought was like that's ironic.
All right, this is my I'm gonna say my little complaint with the whole shit is Shayna Baszler. I do not like her. I don't care for her. I felt like if I did a drinking game to this tournament, and every time I heard the 4 Horsewomen, I would have been drunk out of my mind.
I mean. It's obvious they're setting this up for like Survivor Series.
I personally do not give a fuck about Ronda Rousey. I do not give a fuck about Shayna Baszler, whatever fuck her name is. I don't care about this dude's wife. I don't care about the other one that I just don't know who the fuck she is. I really don't care about any of them. Ronda Rousey lost her fucking fame. She got her ass whooped and now she's nothing. She's trying to find legitimacy in WWE because honestly she can't do it anywhere else. She sucks at acting. She can't fight for shit now because everyone knows her fucking weakness.
Yeah, but
so I really don't want to see it. I don't care. I really do not care of Ronda Rousey. I really don't.
Okay. This is interesting because I'm on the opposite side of the fence with this one.
I don't care.
I just really want her don't care because I'll tell you why I want her to show up eventually. Is just because we need more people. Yeah. I don't need there to be a giant fanfare for her. When she gets there, she can just assimilate into whatever. We don't need a female Brock. We got a Brock. Let it there be a female something else. We don't need a Brock, but we need more people.
This tournament had a bunch of them. I'd rather take a.
But besides, like, all right, hold on. Let me just make the point of besides, like, 3 to me, these people will get lost in the shuffle.
Nah, I think there's more to it because Tessa Blanchard, I think she would be great if she actually got a chance to actually develop what she has. She knows how to run the mic. She actually knows how to fucking wrestle now. She got a lot better than what she did in NXT. You have Mia Yim, which was a former champion, and she knows how to hold herself. You have Tony Storm, which probably was my highlight of the whole tournament. Rhea Ripley, only 20 years old, so she could be developed easily into something. You got a lot of these girls that could really do something. Even Gargano's chick was really good in the ring, and she fucking was pretty solid. And she's
Candice LeRae. Yeah, she was very good.
Yeah, she's really good as well. I will even sign Piper. Piper was fucking great.
That was on a lot of these chicks, but I'm talking about there's a shuffle that I mean of if you don't stand out, you're just gonna get lost in the shuffle. Just you're gonna show up one night in a 5-way match, and then you're not gonna show up again until another gimmick match where it's like 6 of them in the ring.
I personally won't blame them. I will blame more the WWE writing of not knowing what to do with them more than the actual characters themselves.
I would always agree with that because that's the problem of going to the main roster. It's no longer your talent.
Yeah.
It's can you act like a wrestler?
Yeah.
To their standards. Yeah. That's the thing I mean. Like I don't. Mia Yim, I agree with you. Like she's there's nothing wrong there. She'll be fine.
Yeah.
Kairi Sane, nothing. You know she's Japanese and therefore
she's gonna be that's the next Asuka.
But she's already falling into somebody's shoes, and then you could also say like, well, they'll just leave her alone like Shinsuke.
Yeah.
But then that leaves her to just be a happy pirate, I guess. But
she's a happy
you know
pirate.
What I mean?
She's strong and happy.
But what I mean is always, when you get to the main roster, you gotta be like Charlotte, where you can run that fucking mouth.
Yeah.
Forever, but always back it up at some point. And then like, you know how she's really, really good, but she stands out. She just really stands out. Like it's like if you compare people who are very good to like standing out, it's like the people who Mickie James could probably wrestle better than most of those girls, right?
Yeah.
But she's just not standing out.
She's just lost in the shuffle. Like that's what
I mean. Like is the talent will get lost in the shuffle. Not them, I'll never take credit away from them.
My big thing is I just don't care about Ronda Rousey. I really don't care about the 4 Horsemen shit. I think the fact that the tournament mentioned them so many times, it just got me annoyed of them more than anything.
Okay, okay, I can see that.
So, Mike, are you a proponent, or do you like Shayna Baszler in the final?
I think it's. I mean, I would have picked somebody else. That's all I could say.
She looks like Bailey.
I mean, I have no issues with her because, like I said, you need more people. But if you would have given me a choice, no, I would not pick her.
I
found her boring.
Yeah, I think it's obvious that they picked her.
I would have had Toni Storm.
Yeah, but they didn't face each other in the bracket, so
no,
that's
I'm just
the whole
saying,
thing.
like, if you would have gave me a pick of a wrestler to put there, I'd have picked her.
It would have been Kairi Sane versus Toni Storm. I thought that should have been the final match. Like now they really had to step it up with the whole shit too, because honestly, this is the same shit that happened in the CWC. Like the last match wasn't the best match.
Yeah,
and you want that one to be you want that match to be the highlight of everything.
Well, okay, question, because I remember and they mentioned it, and I thought back to it, and I was like, that match was actually really fucking good, and I thought it was TJ versus Rich Swann.
Yeah,
but what do you think? It was Kota versus TJ or something else?
I think Kota Ibushi versus TJ should have been the last match.
Yeah, I think a lot of people would agree with that because it just seemed like it was those two were the best two there. So why not just shuffle it to have them there? I don't know.
Yeah, and you know what? And not taking away for Great Metalik, because I thought Great Metalik, I like him a lot. I just thought that the one match that TJ Perkins had with Cody Ibushi was fucking better. It was just more of that main event, like big all stakes match, and it just took away from it.
Okay.
So like with this one also with Baszler, like honestly, this is my biggest problem with her matches. And all 3 matches is the fact that the person that she was with carried her so much in a match, and I felt bad for them because they didn't get to really have the shit because she didn't sell nothing. She was a terrible
she doesn't
seller.
show any emotion at all. It's kind of weird looking at her. You're like, what is she doing?
And at least fucking Lesnar fucking goes down. She sells like Goldberg. She sounds like Goldberg, and it's really annoying, and I really hate it, and I just couldn't stand her. Every time she went, honestly, I forced myself to watch her matches, because honestly, I would have skipped them.
Yeah, but her best match was with her mentor, with Mercedes Martinez. That was her best match.
I kind of felt, I don't like Mercedes Martinez.
Yeah, I didn't really.
I thought she was alright. I thought she was cool.
She looks like Wildcat from Tailspin.
That's
wow.
Personal grudge. Yeah. I get it.
No, when I saw her doing the dance and shit, I saw her face and around her hair, and I was like, wow, that looks like Wildcat.
But see, I was gonna to the point I was making. Grand Metalik is the perfect example.
Yeah,
that dude is fucking Superman on the ropes.
Yeah.
And he's just lost in the shuffle now. He's tagging in a division where there's no tag title.
Well, he was injured for most of the part, so that's their thing is like he was injured for the most part. So that's the credit that like he just started getting back into the rotation. Like I think about a month ago he just started getting back. He was doing a lot of main event shows and everything like that. So he just got back into rotation. But yeah, he don't have much of a character besides he's a masked wrestler. And I was like, if you're gonna put that position to someone, yo, give that to Lindsay Dorado. At least he talks English.
True enough. True enough. And you see how they changed up the setup, so it's just weird now. You see they have the little promos.
Yeah.
Like the little purple window shows up and they talk smack for for a hot second, and that's not gonna go well with a person that can't really. It doesn't connect, I guess.
But again, going back to Shayna Baszler, like I think the people that wrestled her were the real stars of the matches. Like they really fucking sold her. Okay. And I think the Mia Yin versus her match, I think it was the best one because she didn't let her have all the fucking offense.
Well, yeah, they actually had a match.
Yeah. And again, I would have if I would have had to change the brackets, I would put Mia Yin in the finals.
True. Okay, I could see that. I'm not married to Kairi Sane though. I could replace her with anybody else too.
I feel Toni Storm should have been the winner. Toni Storm should be in the finals. I think she was the best like overall person through the whole tournament. Like all her matches were solid.
Okay.
Like she has good matches in every single match she did. So she was like one of those standouts. It was kind of again like going to CWC. It was kind of like T.J. Perkins. T.J. Perkins that whole fucking tournament had fucking great matches through the whole thing. He did not have one bad match in that whole tournament.
Gotcha.
But then again, you look at the talent he worked with. He had Johnny Gargano. He had Kota Ibushi. He had Rick Swann to his whole fucking run.
Sure enough. Yeah. But they were all great, and that's why I don't want to jump straight into 205 Live. But oh boy, I feel bad.
Yeah. So I'm really disappointed that they're really pushing her just because the whole Four Horsemen bullshit, and I personally don't care about it. I can see where they gonna make it a thing, but I just don't care about it.
Sure enough.
It'll honestly be probably something I'll skip.
But hey, listen, I want that division to grow so I can stop seeing the same 12 people on TV every week.
You know what? And again, I still blame the main roster for that because they do have the talent there that they should. Like SmackDown was doing it for a while in the beginning when SmackDown they did the brand split. SmackDown was highlighting the women in different matches. Like you saw, like three different rivalries at one time instead of just seeing the one title fight and that's it.
True enough.
That's something. They had to use their time wisely. They had to use their time better. And Raw is just such a big roster. They try to get everyone on the thing, but you had to balance every division out as well.
But they have 3 hours, so it's not even fair.
Yeah, but the 3 hours they use it stupidly also. So it's like it's a lot of things to go into that. But like they have the women talent. Like that's the thing that I will not say. They have the talent. They have the talent to do everything they can with that division. They just don't.
To a point, I agree. I think there's a lot of women on NXT that should be on the main roster just fighting.
Yeah.
Because it makes your division look weak if you only have to beat one person to get to the title.
Yeah.
That's just weird.
And I personally feel that there's some talents in NXT right now that could really help the main roster. I think Peyton Royce and Billie Kay coming up as a duo can help in a way because they bring a whole different aspect with it with their whole little team and shit. There's a lot of those are the two highlights I would say that would go up.
If Sanity came up, I would fucking freak the fuck out.
I would love to see Sanity come up, but I really don't want them to come up just yet because I don't want them to be another Wyatt family.
I just want more people.
Yeah.
For every division, that's all I want. Because wrestling is starting to get kind of stale because it's the same dudes.
Yeah,
and women.
Yeah.
You know what was one of the things that stood out to me of Shayna Baszler is that she is really gonna hurt somebody and hurt herself.
Ooh.
There's a
Okay.
move that Candice LeRae, Johnny Gargano's wife, did to her. She did the
Okay.
suicide dive, and Shayna Baszler was supposed to catch her for the tornado DDT on the outside of the gate, on the outside on the floor. If you
Yeah.
rewind that and you look at that again, you realize Shayna Baszler almost had her neck broken simply because she just didn't know how to do the movement properly.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's another thing. She threw somebody down. I think she went for like a Northern Light suplex, and basically she didn't even help the other person with the momentum. So basically, the other person landed on the top of their head. Very dangerous.
Yeah.
That was the girl that we said is on NXT, the Marine.
The Marine, yeah.
Oh,
But
that
that
was
was a
Lacey
different
Evans.
lady.
You're correct.
That was
Yeah.
Tony Storm that dropped on her head.
Yeah, she dropped on her head. But I've seen Shayna Baszler. Like, she just... back to the point, though. They pushed her in this Final Four. It's obvious because they want Ronda Rousey in WWE. They want her in there. They see that it's money that she could attract. She has a huge fan base. She's got over like 12 million followers. So they're gonna do it. I mean, this is what we should expect now with Vince McMahon still alive and Kevin Dunn in the rankings. I mean, this is just everything that I read about them, about how Triple H and Vince McMahon, they don't seem eye to eye anymore. It's the facts.
Yeah.
This is true. This is not. I know Triple H likes Ronda Rousey, but I know he would prefer to have his girls in a much better spot than what they're in right now. I mean, if you look at the SmackDown Live roster, I think all those girls are NXT.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Exactly. I think all of them are NXT, if I'm not mistaken.
Isn't
right?
everybody on the main roster NXT except a few people? Like, seriously.
Yeah, nowadays, like everyone, like
Nowadays.
every person was in NXT, from the Maharat, fucking Jinder Mahal to Natty. Natty was in NXT. She had a big set in NXT. Yeah, KO. The only one that is champion that is not an NXT person is AJ Styles right now, and The Miz.
Yeah.
And
That's
Lesnar.
literally it, yeah.
And Lesnar.
Cena, right? Cena too, yeah.
No, yeah, he was in NXT at the time, but he went from.
But he was in
he
FCW.
was in OVW. He was in OVW, so it was
Okay,
before
that
that.
Okay.
Well, Cena's not a champ, but most of the people that had the belts now were part of NXT.
You know, the only thing I do like of Shayna Baszler is her finisher. I actually like the way she sets it up.
And that's the dangerous shit too. Like when she does that suplex, she could really land someone really on the head because she's very careless.
Yeah, that, and she could also break their tailbone.
Yeah, I really don't care for her. I really hope Kairi Sane wins because I really don't want her to win.
Yeah, I don't think Kairi Sane is gonna win. I think Shayna Baszler is gonna win.
But I think for all the carelessness of this chick, if they see something in her, they're probably gonna set her on the right path because they're not just gonna set people loose to hurt their stars and stuff.
You'd be surprised.
Really?
Yeah. You'd be surprised. They'll just take it for the money thing, and that's about it. You'd be surprised.
You think Trips is like that though? I think
Trips
he has
like
a little
that?
more care.
No, but I think McMahon is. He sees something in there. He sees something money in it, and yeah. Fucking, and she looks like if Bailey went to jail for like 6 years.
I could see that.
That's Shayna Baszler.
Bailey, stay on the straight and narrow.
That match is gonna be set for Survivor Series though.
Yeah.
The 4 Horsewomen versus the 4 Horsewomen.
And
yay!
That'll be a match that I skip.
Nah.
I will. I don't care.
Like I said, it all depends on if they give these people some type of boost. Like you can't they got to go to the performance center. They can't just do that.
I have a feeling they're not, and that's one thing that's gonna bother me too. They're gonna go take them straight up. They're not gonna even go in NXT, and that's not gonna. I'm just like, nah. All these girls bust their ass to get to where they're at, and they just get a free ride. Fuck that shit. I have no interest in them. I really don't.
No.
I personally.
What else is going down in the wrestling world? The Mae Young Classic is primarily over. What else is going on? Yeah. It's a hot topic around.
So the big thing with a lot of people had a hit and miss with the whole KO Shane McMahon thing.
Let's get into that.
I've been saying that for the longest time. That was where it's going to lead. I said this since WrestleMania.
A leak or something, like how things like that get posted. People said that like maybe 2 months ago.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh, this one actually came true.
Yeah, I've been saying that. I said this since WrestleMania. Like, watch
Okay.
KO and Shane McMahon going to line up fighting. Because
Let's
looking at that whole roster, I'm like, yo, that's the only person I see fighting Shane McMahon.
let's get into this a little bit. This
All right.
irritates the hell out of me. I am not a proponent anymore of Shane McMahon getting involved with wrestlers. You're the GM. Do your damn job. You screwed KO about 3 times already. KO really has been screwed if you really want to look at it. He really has been screwed a lot.
Yeah.
And number one, also, Shane McMahon, I don't know. To me, it's just, I don't know. Is it a glory thing with him? Is this like a here it is, all or nothing thing? Is this a Vince McMahon move?
Can I throw some my 2 cents into this one? I think whenever you wrestle Shane, it ends up being one of the matches of the night. So I think
I get that, but that's because all his crash and burn style. But
no,
I mean,
but didn't you say that you liked the match with him and AJ?
I loved it, but let's keep it real. Let's keep it a buck. Who haven't you seen on SmackDown in forever, right? That you haven't seen in forever. I'm talking about in forever.
Okay.
That he was a hot act for like a month, and then somebody came back off an injury, and you haven't seen the lights of this guy anymore unless you're on social media. You know what I'm talking about?
Zack Ryder?
No, I'm talking about Luke Harper. Where is Luke Harper? Do you see what I mean? This is what happens. You taking somebody else's spot. KO could easily have feuded with somebody else to help build the brand. This is what Daniel Bryan was talking about years ago when he was like, he wishes that people would work more together so they can build for the company. You wrestling Shane McMahon, I understand it builds your status, but what does it do for anybody else that doesn't have a spot? You understand what I'm saying? That spot right there Shane McMahon does not need that spot. He's done everything for us in the Attitude Era, in the Ruthless Aggression Era. He's done all of that already.
But would you erase the AJ match from the books?
Would I erase it? No. That was, I think, WrestleMania's best match of the night.
Then I think it's okay because it depends on who it is he's fighting. Because I think this is my 2 cents on him fighting certain people is like that's Shane's way of like you putting them like on another level. Because
but that didn't really put AJ. That didn't really put AJ on another level. AJ winning the title put him on another level.
But I'm talking about like is it like a where you have to see
I understand,
the person,
like when you have to wrestle
that he's wrestling, it's just like he wants to keep them in the highest spotlight, so he's gonna secure them a good spot in a pay-per-view match.
Let me ask you a question.
Okay.
Does KO need to wrestle Shane for his status to remain high?
Yes, because he can't fight AJ right now.
But besides that, couldn't he have delved into something else?
But who else current storyline wise, if he exhausted his chances to get his belt back, which he's angry about, he can't just pop into the main title picture, and it's like you gotta have something super high profile for KO to do.
And this is my issue. This is why I bring it up. Shane McMahon with that slow story that they built takes the spot of somebody that you want to see that you can't see because he already took the spot.
It's hard
so you see how you couldn't answer that? You couldn't answer that?
Yeah,
because he is taking up the space.
No, I can't answer it because I can't formulate the plan without, because I can't erase what already, you know what I mean? Like it happened.
Yeah, so what's already happened.
What point do you want me to start from? Because then if it's a slow build storyline, it started a few months ago. So I have to go back and then cut it off from there in order for it to make sense, because you can't just take Kevin Owens and throw him in a match with a high profile person, say Randy, say Shinsuke, say whoever of that tier, right? You can't just grab them. You can't just say, no, you're not gonna fight. Okay, this wacky referee angle has to end now. AJ's going his way, and then it can't just pop up in the corner. Boom, Randy. If you want it to make sense, you want to do that slow build. So let this be the crescendo. Let it end. I can agree with you. After this, let Shane go. Just R.I.P. Shane. He died in a helicopter crash. R.I.P.
There you
Shane.
go.
Like,
This is one thing I'll say with the whole thing. Kind of fine with this is the whole thing is that I don't want to see Nakamura and Jinder in the Hell in a Cell,
I agree.
and this will be the Hell in a Cell match.
Is that signed on already?
Yeah,
Is that confirmed?
I feel this is going to be the Hell in a Cell match because they don't want Nakamura in the Hell in a Cell.
It seems like they don't want Nakamura in a stipulation match because they saw how it worked for Money in the Bank. They took him out. They took him out of that match. He was injured and he came back and he killed.
But then again, it did get the crowd back into the whole match.
It did.
Yeah,
It did.
That's it. But other than that, like again, I agree with Mike in a way is the fact that you can't just throw KO and just throw another fighter unless they're being built as well, and that's their mistake for not building these guys as well either. But
that's what my point is.
But yeah, it's their fault that they're not building these guys. That's why you haven't seen Luke Harper. That's why you haven't seen fucking Mojo Rawley for that.
Is he okay? Is Luke Harper okay?
Yeah,
he's healthy, dude. He's tag teaming with Sin Cara in a mask.
Oh
yes.
yeah, you brought that up.
But
jeez.
I'm hearing they're going to be the ending of the Fandango pursuit. I think it's going to be the Luke Harper and Eric Rowan back together and shit.
Yeah,
I'm hearing a lot of rumors that's gonna be like the end of the pursuit and shit, and then they're gonna come back as a tag team and shit. But then that pisses me off because then where Fandango goes from there. Yeah, and they've been fucking a highlight of fucking SmackDown. Like honestly, I can't wait to see their shit because they're gonna make me laugh, and they're gonna do something great. Like yo, if you've seen the roster, the WWE 2K18 roster reveals.
Okay.
And the Fandango Breezango shit that they came out to the empty crowd and Tyler Breeze went into the crowd, act like a fan and like tagged.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. Like they're a great tag team. They're a great unit. And they're working really good together. And that's the tag team you could be really using. But this goes to the whole point is that they're not using these other characters to their full potential. They just
now I'm thinking you could have incorporated. You know what? They could have incorporated Ty Dillinger on this the KO story.
Sure enough.
Because he could have said, you know, they brought me over here to say, you know they brought me. He picked me over. He brought me over here for a reason. He's not a competitor anymore, and then all of a sudden that could build into a story right then and there. And right then and there, you see more of Ty Dillinger. Even if he doesn't win, you're still seeing more of him.
You could have.
Which he gave us a really good match on SmackDown. He gave us a really good match against Baron Corbin.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying, like. Things like that, it just frustrates me. I'm looking at it from a restless perspective, especially from the guys looking on the outside. Like, look at Rusev. You don't even see him anymore.
I don't know what that's about.
You don't see him anymore. And then, I mean, just think of this. Imagine if you're in the back, you're Luke Harper, and you busted your ass, and you main evented with AJ Styles to SmackDown. And then the next 2 months passes, you're nowhere to be seen. That's like the ultimate spit in the face.
Yeah,
it's hard.
Well, during that time, he did get hurt, and he was off of TV for a while. Then he came back, but they didn't really do nothing with him after that.
Wait, okay. Here's my problem. Why is it such a concentration of just a certain amount of people getting time, and then just exclusion?
I feel.
What's going on?
What Raw doesn't do with that extra hour, I think SmackDown can do with that extra hour.
Exactly.
But they need to start doing it.
Yeah. Because the way SmackDown does things, and honestly, I feel like they did change. They changed the creative because it's not the same as when the brand split happened. I think they were better at doing what they were doing. But going into this, like say for instance, like with the tag title match. They're not on TV all the time, but they make you interested in their story. As much as they're not really in. They're probably in there for like 5-10 minutes, but they actually get you interested in seeing this fight again because their match has been fucking the best thing in the last 3 pay-per-views.
Also, if you look at SmackDown as a whole, and you look at the show, why are the heels almost just dominating all the time on SmackDown?
That's both shows. But
it's frustrating because SmackDown's the land of opportunity, right?
If you're
right then and there, you can keep seeing, you can see some new stars. Like we know who the established baby faces are, but what are they doing with Sami Zayn? This is another thing I'm very worried about now. He came on SmackDown. He main evented 3 weeks in a row. He was a major player. Now he's doing dark matches with Mike Kanellis, and now he's losing to Aiden English in less than 3 minutes.
Oh,
this is weird. It's something. At least I'm happy for Aiden English because you get to see, progression. Yeah. You get to see his story. You get to see him, and you know he's good. He's very talented. But this is where they drop the ball.
They're good at building heels.
They have a great babyface in Sami Zayn, and they just refuse to give him an opportunity. It's like that article I posted. I don't know if you guys read it. That's his role. He's the guy to lose to. He's the guy that he's going to keep losing until he gets to win.
Yeah, and it's sad. But going when you were talking about the whole AJ feud, during the whole U.S. title challenge and shit like that, they could have easily changed KO to fight someone else because he could have just interfered and fuck up the dude that was going into the title thing, and then that brings him to when he has his title opportunity, he comes in and fucking gets revenge on KO, which brings apart AJ and KO, brings him to another rivalry, and then you could do the Baron Corbin AJ Styles thing while KO is fighting the dude that fucked his US title thing up.
Now, who do you see filling roles like that though, of a caliber to feud with them?
You could have easily did Ty Dillinger.
But why would he mess with? Why would he mess with?
Well, it would be more. It would be more that he does the open challenge and KO attacks him because of the open challenge.
Okay. Yeah, but they they did your idea just too late.
Yeah.
And then he got hit in the head by Baron Corbin and then had a great match. But
but they did it with the wrong person. They could have easily did that with KO instead of having Shane McMahon and KO thing. I see the reason why they're doing the Shane McMahon KO because that's going to be the Hell in a Cell match. I personally think the New Day versus Uso should be in the Hell in a Cell.
Yeah, I was just thinking that right now in my head.
Out of every rivalry in SmackDown right now, the only match I see that would be an amazing Hell in a Cell match because what they've been doing on fucking TV and whatever they've been doing is New Day versus Usos.
I'm pretty sure the titles are going to change next week though.
With Usos and
yeah, I think the New Day is going to get the titles back because they're going to fight in a street fight. So
yeah,
I feel and it's in Vegas. One of those titles are changing next week.
Yeah,
they're not going to put 3 titles on a show and not have one change. I mean, one of them's got to change.
And you know what? I'm really loving what Usos and New Day are doing. As much as we're gonna see them again. No, they have made it all fresh. The fact that you can't wait to see them again fight each other, and that's one thing I've been loving about their rivalry. Like you can't wait to see them fight again.
Yeah, because WWE rare. Also they don't showcase any other tag teams. It looks like again.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? But you know what? I won't even say that as well because they fucking were on the kickoff show as well, and they had the best match of the whole fucking pay-per-view.
Oh no, I get that, but I'm saying like they don't even showcase other tag teams wrestling other tag teams.
No, they don't. And again, that's weird. They did the whole Simpson Benjamin, which he was so rusty.
Yeah.
And Gable. So they look like they're trying to add more tag teams to the division, but again, I think their time constrictions hurt them, while Raw has hurt them as well. Like honestly, give a half hour to SmackDown and make it 2.5 hours. In 2.5 hours, I think it would be a little bit better. Like give them a half hour so they can add some of the tag teams and some of the other matches that SmackDown been wanting to do.
I concur.
Bring back Talking Smack and let the people who don't wrestle talk or something.
Yeah, right.
What hurt Talking Smack was 205 Live.
Oh.
Because when Talking Smack started, it was right after SmackDown. So you're going right into it right after SmackDown to see what's going on. When AJ lost the fucking belt and shit like that, you want to go see what the fuck is going on and shit. You're not gonna wait an hour and then see what's going on.
That show is a vacuum.
I like 205 Live.
But
I like 205 Live, but it should have been scheduled differently than with Talking Smack. Talking Smack should have stood after SmackDown because it made you go right into that.
And it wasn't filmed after a SmackDown.
Yeah.
So if in a proper scenario, rather,
Yeah.
it wouldn't be filmed after a SmackDown.
Exactly. It would be filmed an hour later after SmackDown.
No, that kills people.
Exactly.
Don't they have to sit there?
Exactly, and that's that's why Talking Smack didn't got canceled, because it was not being tuned in as before.
No. I mean, in the perfect scenario, how do we save 205 Live Talking Smack? Like,
show 205 Live after NXT.
All right.
Wednesday night at 9 o'clock.
NXT airs at what, 8 o'clock?
8 o'clock to 9. From 9 to 10, 205 Live.
There you go.
All right. You win.
WWE needs you. Exactly. They need you.
That's it.
Next thing you know, they're going to say, no, we're going to put the UK time on that.
Dude.
You know what's funny? Is the fact that I think the UK was going to be a Friday show. But the 205 Live thing, like, honestly, I usually watch my 205 Live right after NXT. Because they do put it after NXT, like the time slot on the network. Then why don't you just do it live there? Yeah, it's already after NXT. It shows right after NXT.
Well, but it films before. Oh no, it doesn't film before, because NXT is filmed in advance.
No, it just rebroadcasts after NXT. Yeah, because they'll show NXT then 205 Live.
Speaking of failures, let's get into another topic.
Okay.
What in the world was that Dolph Ziggler's trying to do now? That just absolutely was dreadful. That was dreadful.
I see where he was going with it, but it wasn't that good.
That was dreadful.
Poorly.
Yeah.
Zigzag, I'm a huge fan of yours, but I think New Japan is calling now.
That's a shame. But can you elaborate why he was taking shots at the people he was taking shots at? Because
he was tired.
Basically, he's saying that the fans are too much into the gimmicks and not into the wrestling, because they're getting the notoriety, and the wrestler and him as the wrestler, he doesn't get it. Because I don't know if you ever followed him on Twitter. He kind of shits on WWE, like a little secretly.
I follow Heel Ziggler, but wait a second, he used to be funny. That's why I follow him.
Yeah, I mean, now I don't know. It's more of like, it's like it seems like him and WWE, they just don't see where he's supposed to be. Like, I don't know. I think Jay could elaborate on this. He was super hot when he first came out.
Yeah.
He was, and then all of a sudden he lost his steam. I don't know what happened. I don't know if the company just injuries.
He can't get concussed.
Here's a thing I noticed about WWE as a whole right now. There's a change in it, and it was brought up in like the big Cass interview, because he did an interview with Sam Roberts. It's pretty good. If you want to know stuff about him, I didn't know he was a doctor, or he could have been a doctor.
I do gotta listen to it. I think it's
like it's good, but it's good because at least we can hear him talk and not have Enzo involved. Yeah. On hear him talk on a human level. But here's something he said that it seems that WWE is picking up on. It's picking up on rumor mills and speculation, and it's putting little things, peppering things here and there to fuck with people. Because here's the one thing that he elaborated on was the Enzo getting beat backstage. That was he basically said, yeah, that's blown out of proportion. And then they both go on to discuss how you'll see the dudes that you keep hearing in this quote unquote nuclear heat situation.
Yeah.
And you'll see the two guys talking about at ringside like it's no big deal. So it seems WWE has picked up, and I think Ziggler is, he works there. He's gonna be doing what they have him do. I think that whole thing is a part of, he's melting down because the fans think he's melting down. So let's just go with it. And people are talking about him melting down. It's like every time something comes up where you start to think, what are they doing? People get really vocal, and they love people talking about whatever. Because it happened with the ladder match.
Yeah.
And then they went with it. They could have easily shamed what's his name out of the building, and they went with it because they're still kind of gross on a level, where they would ruin a woman's moment, and people have genuine feelings, and they're like, this is still a sideshow. I don't know what you thought this was, but it's still a sideshow. So maybe that's what Ziggler's doing. That's kind of what I hope, at least, because he's a good dude. I hope he's not really melting down and talking shit about the company.
No, I think it's
I truthfully believe Ziggler I truthfully believe Ziggler's done. He doesn't want to be there anymore.
I don't know.
I mean, think about how long his IC title reign lasted when he defeated The Miz in that great retirement match. Remember that retirement match he had? That was awesome. That was like Ziggler, to me, that was his best feud of his career, him and The Miz.
Yeah,
they were just going at it, hands down, going at it. And that program was like 4 or 5 months, and it was just great television.
Even him and Dean's fucking rivalry was fucking great.
Their rivalry was great, but the match at SummerSlam, it was just not. Yeah. It just wasn't there.
Their match on SmackDown was better than the match on SummerSlam.
What disappoints me about Ziggler is that he was a good babyface. He just needed more wins. That's the problem with the company. You need to give guys more wins. If you keep giving them losses, then you're gonna have negative talk like what we do, how we crap all over people. If you don't give guys wins, this is what's gonna happen. You're gonna get negative feedback. And Ziggler, in his rightful mind, he's already a veteran in WWE. He's got 10 years in WWE. He's 36 years old, so he's still young. He's still very young wrestling age wise. You know, it's just you got to give people wins, and then also, if you have great characters like Bray Wyatt, he was a great character. And all of a sudden, you have him just keep losing at pay-per-view after pay-per-view after pay-per-view. How the hell are we supposed to believe that his character is some type of immortal god? You can't be an immortal god and keep losing.
That's my problem with the small roster, where they fight each other in a circular fashion.
Yeah.
Is because you build these guys up, and then they can't be beat. So then Bray Wyatt comes against an unbeatable person like Randy Orton. Quote unquote unbeatable, because they won't let him be beat because he doesn't lose.
The guy that WWE won't punish. You know what? And that's another thing. The guy that WWE won't punish, who should be punished because he just tanks it in the ring, is Randy Orton. But yeah, we got to keep seeing him.
But you know, even more to your point is then they build up. They use Randy to build up another guy so that this next guy cannot be beat, and then but Randy never loses his position. That's the problem with WWE. Nobody de-ranks.
Exactly, and that's on Randy.
No. I mean, when they keep his status high, it's like Cena. Cena will win a match, and everybody will be mad. He'll lose a match and have a great match, you know, like he did with AJ. Isn't AJ ahead with him, or are they tied?
No, he has one up. He's one up on Cena. He's probably one of the few that's one up.
Okay, so here we go. Those two guys back and forth, building up AJ all the while, right? But then AJ gets to the peak where he can't be taken for any type of joke anymore, so he can't just be taking losses. And then once you build up a guy like that, and then you start building up too many guys that cannot be beat, it becomes they just start fighting each other, which is what's happening. They need more people to get to get Ziggler over. They need people for him to be able to beat.
No, I personally just think he just needed wins. He just needed more wins, because after the Miz, and he did the heel turn, it was sensational, the heel turn. But did it do good for anyone when he did the heel turn? It was supposed to elevate Apollo Crews. It got Apollo Crews shipped back to Raw doing nothing.
Yeah, sure enough.
It's hard to explain and understand. But back to this point, his character basically is, since people feel like he has no type of gimmick, whatever, he's the show off, you know, he doesn't get any attention. So that's why I think, you know, of course, I'm pretty sure that those people that he threw shots at, except for the Macho Man, you know, they were like, go ahead, have fun with it.
Yeah, Naomi probably gave him the headset.
Yeah, I mean, Naomi even is a part of it. If you look at her Twitter, she posted a picture saying they love you and then they hate you, and they showed them two hating, you know, like giving a kiss to each other or in a hug.
Yeah.
You know, and he was like, she wrote laughing my ass off. He almost blew his knee out on that ramp. No. Everything comes back to wins. It's a shame that well, you know, I don't really want to talk about that anymore, to tell you the truth, because It's like it's a broken record. We keep talking about it over and over again. Besides AJ and Shinsuke, who is the top babyface on SmackDown
right now? Fucking Bobby Roode.
Exactly, but after that, I mean, he's only got 2 wins right now, right?
Yeah,
2 wins. But who else? Who else? You see what I'm saying? Can you name me somebody that they're building?
Once you said the building word, I had to stop. I was gonna say Ty Dillinger, yeah.
No, and it was and this was the perfect time to let Chad Gable now get some shine. He gave you some classic matches.
Nah, man, we gotta put him in a tag team. What are you talking about?
What do they do? No, yeah, we gotta put him back in the tag team. We gotta put him with Shelton Benjamin because him and Jason Jordan wasn't working out. That's them talking. That's not me. That's them.
Okay. Do you believe that that's super odd? How do you take somebody who has that great of singles potential and then just throw him in a tag team with a dude?
It's gonna be built to something. I think it's gonna be built for them to fight.
It better be built for Shelton Benjamin to go heel and not Chad Gable, because now you got too many heels again.
Yeah. But it's gonna be built for them to fight. Like I see that happening. They're gonna fight. So they're gonna work out, and one of them is going to turn on each other. And most likely it'll be Shelton Benjamin, and then they'll have a couple matches here and there.
They need to.
But yeah, Gable's one that they could easily push up. Sami Zayn is still gonna be my golden boy. That could easily be easily be the next Daniel Bryan with that whole mentality, with the whole crowd behind him, and him being that underdog, finally getting that big win. He's the easiest one you could do that with. Ty Dillinger right now with AJ Styles. Well, at least they're trying a face versus face match, because they don't do that no more. They rarely do that. So when they do it, it's good to see, and it's gonna be like both crowds going to go crazy for both guys and shit like that.
Oh man,
they do gotta they like I was talking about this with Minion for a while, and like that they have a problem building faces. This even goes into NXT. That they have problems making baby faces. Yeah.
Well, aren't you guys tired of cheering for the heels? I mean, this is crazy that I love Kevin Owens so much because he's a great natural heel, and he's not like and we love the Miz, but we love KO because for his size he can do things that guys that are not his size can't even touch. They can't even do. He's athletically gifted and he could talk on the mic. But again, this is why the number one babyface to me that can do it all is Dean Ambrose.
Yeah,
it's Dean.
So there's nobody, so there's no equivalent.
And they will not, and you will not see Dean at that. You will not see Dean in the Universal title picture anytime soon. You won't see him.
It's sad too. I like this title reign, and I said this last cast. I love this title reign.
Yep, I would have not traded Dean.
I would have kept Dean on SmackDown.
I would have kept Dean. I would have kept the Miz. I don't even think now that I look back at it, the only person I would have moved was KO.
Yeah.
That's it. Let's get into some 205 Live, shall we?
You got some stuff on that?
The five-way, right.
The five-way, yeah, the fatal five-way was great. Did you agree with the outcome?
No.
What? It should have been Cedric.
Nah, come on.
Easily should have been Cedric.
It's too obvious. It's too obvious.
It's too obvious.
Why have the guy who deserved it?
He did all the work, and Enzo sucks.
Because Cedric and Neville haven't even wrestled each other yet, by the way. I think they're going to save that for WrestleMania. They have to.
Never give the guy who deserves what he... This is WWE we talking about. Don't do that.
Never. I was like shocked. I'm telling you. My wife was like, I cannot take... when she's the one saying it. It's not even me. She's like, no, you can't have my money if Enzo and Neville are going to wrestle for the title. Great. It's not believable.
He's going to stay outside the ring for 5 minutes?
Oh, my Lord.
Oh, shit.
And with 205 Live, how... Don't Mike, when you were saying that how they need to build and how they need more people on the roster, I think we can all agree 205 needs more people on the roster.
Yeah. That's my main.
I don't think SmackDown. Help. I don't think Raw needs one. I don't think they need. I think 205 Live because you're starting to see the same thing over and over again. I mean, TJP versus Rich Swann again. We're gonna see that again.
Well, they got to finish the fight, man. You know that. Come on.
I thought they finished that fight when TJP beat him cleanly.
Of
again.
course they did. Of course they did it, but this is WWE. Got to beat that horse, man.
And it seems like the best character on 205 Live is Drew Gulak. He is hilarious. He's hilarious.
But like a character, I agree. Like he's just, it's almost charming that he just keeps bringing that thing out. The microphone, he had it behind his back, like they didn't, like he didn't know it was there. Come on.
Exactly.
So, I agree with. Okay, here's my problem with 205 Live: is just nothing matters on that show. That match was the only thing that mattered.
Yeah.
That was it.
But like, there's not constant fights for the number one contendership, or this match is gonna be you could be able to get a title shot after this match or not. They don't do nothing like that. And they could easily do that every fucking week. Actually,
it's too convenient.
And there are a lot of and it's funny too is that they do have a lot of talent on 205 Live too, and they just don't fucking use them. Mustafa Ali, you got fucking Lisa Dorado, you got Grand Masalik that just finally started getting some shine.
I think Mustafa Ali's actually hurt now. Like he's really legitimately hurt. Yeah,
I was about to say he filtered out.
I think he got. I don't think you're gonna see Mustafa Ali for some time. I think he had surgery done.
Oh, okay.
Oh, really?
I haven't read nothing about that.
Yeah, I think we got to read up on it. I think he had surgery done. I think he tore his knee.
Oh shit.
Do you think it's bad because it's an hour show, and they only have 10 guys?
I think 205 Live is just. It's not horrible because I can watch a lot of the guys go, but the problem is there's not enough interesting development going on. Like, look at the story. Look at the focal points that they tried so hard and they beat it with a dead horse with Noam Dar and Cedric Alexander and Alicia Fox in the middle.
Boy.
I mean, they beat that to death.
You didn't like Alicia Fox.
I mean, it was cute. It was cute for
it for the first 3
weeks. Yeah, and then it got horrible after a while.
But don't you see that's the pattern? Is everything repeats itself on WWE TV for so many weeks? It translates to every show. They keep doing it.
Yeah.
They keep doing it. You'll get the same fight.
What would besides changing the air time? What would you do with 205 Live to try to add some excitement besides adding?
If you're asking me, filter out the people. Every few weeks, somebody's not there, and somebody new is there. New people. It's just you got to rotate the people in and out because they're not getting to wrestle.
And don't even show them on Raw either.
No, just filter them out. Just come on in, new set of people, because it's my problem with 205 Live strictly is nothing matters. It's just these guys fighting, and then all of a sudden one guy gets to fight the champ, and then he fights the champ 3 more times, and it's like, what? So these other guys are not taking number one contendership matches.
Yeah.
And this entire time while those two people are feuding.
And 205 Live has another issue with building a babyface to get wins and momentum because I haven't seen a babyface get some wins in quite some time. Everything is dominated by heels. The hottest babyface should be Cedric Alexander.
Gallagher won the rivalry.
He got one with
Mustafa Ali also won his rivalry with Drew Gulak.
But you need more wins than just the rivalry. You need more wins. You need a consistent.
No, he had a couple wins off of Drew Gulak. They went back and forth. The problem is the 50-50 booking. They'll have one win, one loss, one win, one loss, and that's pretty much what they do with it.
But see, that's my problem with just WWE in general. Why are these two guys one win, one lossing each other so many times?
No, that's the problem. Like they keep the rivalry going.
Because you think it's not, you think 205 Live. Well, you know what? They changed it up because I was just about to say maybe because it was back then when they weren't making personalities matter, and it just you could tell the guys themselves were really trying to make themselves stand out.
Yeah.
But now, like I said, they have the new intro system when it comes on. A little window pops up and they tell you about themselves and why they're good or bad or whatever. Or in Graham Metall's case, they just say stuff through the mask and words pop up
in Spanish.
So no, I know. I'm just saying, like,
he's gonna beat you in Spanish.
How much does that connect with you? How much do you care that there's new presentation to 205 Live?
At least they're trying, but there's a lot of things they need to work with. The whole the whole aspect of the thing, they're all fighting for the title. They're all fighting for the fucking cruiserweight title because that's the only thing to fight for in that damn place. Why not all the rivalries are gonna go looking towards that title? Like they're just fighting just to fight and not just fighting for something. And that's a big problem with the thing is that half the time they're fighting for nothing.
I agree. I agree.
True.
I agree.
We're gonna be in a street fight because it's personal.
Yeah, a strange divergence.
Like I'm gonna break you through a table for nothing. Like I'm not gonna go for a title after this.
But Jay, you want Gallagher to be in the title scene? That'd be cool.
I want a bunch of people in the title scene.
But
like
he got stuck in the vortex with what is it? The guy who keeps beating him up.
Kendrick.
The man with the plan.
Kendrick?
Yes, Brian Kendrick. But again, they are fighting for nothing. So my question to you is, now that their feud is over, what do you do with Brian Kendrick since he technically won the feud? What do you do with him?
I move him to SmackDown.
No, but okay. You see the progression was that feud ended, and then now it's the match that we had this past 205 Live, which ended up being a 5-man?
Yeah.
And it was great.
Now the match was great, but
the outcome.
You know what bothers me?
Here comes. You know I'm just gonna let you. I'm gonna let you go. But I just want to finish the last thing. Who's second? If Enzo's the number 1 contender, here we go to. Can we establish who's number 2, who's number 3, and so on? Because again, they're just gonna start fighting each other.
Yeah.
For no reason, and then a magical match will happen, and then somebody's the number 1 contender.
Yeah.
How do we establish who's next in line to be next in line?
Yeah, and that's something that they had to really develop into it. Like the whole shit with him and Jack Gallagher, the winner of that rivalry should have been more like, all right, I'm after you. Now I'm gonna go back to focus on what I want, the cruiserweight title.
Mm-hmm.
So Jack Gallagher honestly should have been the fact that he won the match in that Fatal 5-Way instead of Kendrick.
True enough.
You know, like
would have been better.
Matches have to mean. I feel like 205 has established something that matches mean something, and you know what? Make it ranking station, but make it standing because you're developing it as like a tournament based show. Make it standing. Make wins count. Make losers count.
Like WMAC Masters. Hell yeah.
Exactly. Do something different with the show, because you always have the same like fucking heel rivalry and shit like that. This show you could do something a little different, and the fact that it was a big off of the tournament make everything count. Like, all right, this guy has the win here. All right, these guys are tied. The winner of this will go fight Neville for the title. Things like that, you know. They could do something like that. It's just a sketch of what I'm saying right now, but that's something they could do.
I like that idea.
I agree with your whole thing with the don't put the same people on the show. Look what NXT does. You don't see the champ for like 3 weeks, and then you see the champ and have a great match. But you see all the other fucking wrestlers wrestling between them. That you got Cassius Ohno versus
Atami. Yes, great match.
You got that match, but next week you'll probably get a women's title match in the main event. The tag team do a little rivalry, and then you have some other people doing it. Then the following week you have the world champion on the show. You'll have like fucking No Way Jose versus that big headed motherfucker. You'll have, but you have different aspects of the show. Not all the shows are the fucking same. You have people fighting different people and building up towards that. But then again, also NXT has that thing. Also, is the fact that sometimes people don't fight for anything, and that's the thing. It's like things should lead into something. If Aleister Black is going to having this big ass winning streak, he's gonna have to want the title eventually.
True enough.
Understand? And I feel like they don't do it as good as they used to do. Because fucking back in the day when also was the championship, look how many fucking motherfuckers was trying to fight him for the title.
Yes.
You had
I agree.
a good 8 people fighting for the title, and then you had some people from the IC ranks trying to fight him for the title.
Yeah. But see, okay, what's the solution to that? More people, or is it better booking of the people they have? Because you can't have 8 people. You can't have 8 people if there's not 8 people.
It's more of the better booking of the people they have. Like the fact that Samoa Joe got hurt, I think benefits him more than anything. is the fact that it gives him time off TV, and now, like, say for instance, after the Strowman Lesnar match, whoever the fuck wins, Joe could come back and just fuck the person, the champion up, and puts him back into the fucking title picture, you know? Yeah. So you could do things like that. I think, as much as I don't like to hear saying that he got injured and it sucks, but I think it was kind of a blessing to him in a way, because it took him off TV, off his super rival.
I agree.
True.
He's not. True. He can't become stale if you don't see him.
Yeah, he could just get excited when you see him again, instead of having a stupid rivalry that means nothing.
True. Damn, man.
And after listening to you guys, I finally figured out what I would do with 205 Live.
Okay.
I would just cancel it and put them on Raw, and have it ran like the way the WCW had the cruiserweight division. I thought that was the best thing that they had of that company.
Yeah, for a long time.
Oh, but
I would just do that.
to counter that, let me ask: wasn't that the point of establishing their own thing, so they didn't get into that? Because then I forgot who it was. I don't want to say Ray, but I remember like there was somebody iterating the point that when you put them there, they just don't count.
Jericho.
There you go. When you put the cruiserweights in the midst of everybody else, they just don't count.
No, I think that's nonsense.
No, in that day and age, though,
as
good as they were nothing. They were not going to move from that.
So you think it's a different? Do you think it's a different enough time though?
It isn't a different enough time because WWE will do it a little differently, but they also had their problems with the cruiserweight division as well.
Do you think that's well? I know your solution, but do you think that Minion's solution is, how do you feel about his solution?
Again, I feel like what's funny is the fact that 205 Live, beyond the characters and shit like that, wrestling wise, is a great show. They give you fucking great matches. They do give you great matches and all. So I don't want to lose that aspect of them getting that time in a match, because on Raw they won't get that time. You only will see one fight from them, and that's it.
Yeah, that's the problem. Damn, dude, that's the problem.
And I think that would be the biggest problem. Is the fact, at least this one they get a full hour, and you get at least 3 matches of these guys, at least getting like 10 to 15 minutes per match, and actually showing their fucking talent.
That problem. Yeah, you really point out a great problem. I think the women have that problem too.
Yeah, and the women still have that problem to this day. Like they get their matches, but they don't get the time that they should have at times. Like if it's a world title, if it's a women's title match, they should at least get 20 minutes at least 15 to 18 minutes in a match.
Yeah.
Don't give me 10-minute title match. I want a fucking full title match. I know these girls can fucking go at it. I've seen it in the fucking NXT. NXT, I think, is the best example. NXT, our fucking show, has better matches through the history that the last 5 years that Raw and SmackDown have in a long time.
Yeah.
If you put the best matches of all of them combined, I think.
Yeah, NXT kills it. Yeah.
Your top 5 would be off of NXT.
Yes, they would.
And it's not because of the talent, because half the talent was in NXT, and they showed what they could do. Fucking Finn Balor was the best in NXT. KO, great, amazing in NXT. Oh my god, he was so Samoa good. Joe, Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn's matches, his best matches were NXT. From fucking Sami Zayn versus Cesaro, from Sami Zayn versus Tyler Breeze. So, yo, I could name about 10 matches of his were fucking outstanding. Him versus fucking Shinsuke Nakamura. That made Shinsuke Nakamura a fucking WWE brand after that match.
He showed why Shinsuke is a badass, and that match was
fucking pisses me off. That's the first time that Shinsuke Nakamura actually did strong style shit in a fucking match.
Hey, here's one thing that kind of sucks. That happened before all the hype behind the stars came out. That match was beyond 5 stars.
Yeah.
And that's not it. I'm kind of sad that it won't get the recognition it deserves.
It gets the recognition it deserves all the time for me, man. I highlight that match all the time. If I tell someone to watch NXT, that's probably one of the first matches I tell them to watch. I tell them to watch that, and one of the other matches that I don't think it gets the recognition that it deserves, but if you ever watch this match and how they put it together, it's probably one of the best Fatal 4-Way matches I ever fucking seen. It was Neville, Tyson Kidd, Tyler Breeze, and Sami Zayn in a 4-way for the NXT title. That's probably one of the best fatal 4-way matches I have ever seen in WWE brand.
Okay.
Of straight wrestling, not a fucking going through a table, having to do this, having to break shit. No, it's a fucking straight wrestling match with 4 great fucking talents, and not no bullshit Brock Lesnar getting suplexing a dude 10 times. And that's the problem that I have with the main roster, is the fact that what Triple H sees in fucking NXT is so much better what they actually see in the fucking main roster. And what bothers me the fuck most is the fact that the talent is in the main roster and you can't fucking do it.
Yes. Because you clearly see the difference in control. It is hampering the growth of some of these people.
Yeah. And that's one thing that bothers me to shit, is the fact that I love WWE. I love like that. But honestly, if I could if I could only watch one show a week, it would be NXT.
I agree.
So the solution is smaller venues. Smaller venue for NXT, right?
I won't, because I could give 2 shits about the crowd event. Honestly, dude, the crowd don't bother me at all. I rarely don't listen to them.
I think I put it back on I put it back on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Like you said, put it on Wednesday, so that way NXT gets those 2 hours. You got NXT, and then you get the 205 Live.
Or fucking put 205's Cruiserweight title in NXT.
Do something. There you go.
Put the Cruiserweight title part of NXT and make that the second fucking belt in NXT. You have a lot of talent that's under 200 pounds in fucking NXT. Half the roster's under 200 pounds.
Yeah.
Fuck, Hideo Itami. Fucking, you have this dude, what's his name? Fuck, I can't, Johnny Gargano. You have fucking Ames. You have fucking the hairy little Cesaro dude. I forgot his name. I can't think of his name right now.
Only Lorcan.
Only Lorcan.
Hairy little Cesaro dude.
You have a lot of those guys in 205, and the funny thing is, they actually he wrestled in 205 once too.
The crazy thing too. Wait, count how many people in your head, like offhand, that are in the NXT roster actively, and you, to your point, you just haven't gotten tired of any of them yet.
The great thing is the fact
that they don't,
because they don't show you them that well all the time. You don't see Sanity every week. You see Sanity maybe once every 3 weeks. You see fucking Bobby Roode probably once every 3 weeks. You see
what was Eric Young doing in that promo? What was he laying down? Was he laying down and somebody who was? What's going on?
They're looking at the stars.
Oh, okay. They were looking at eclipses without shades, right?
Yeah, because they're stupid. You know, and the thing is, again, you don't see all these guys all the time, and I think that's what really helped NXT in a way. Also, is the fact that even when I was watching from the beginning, when Seth Rollins first won the NXT title, you don't see the same people fighting every fucking week. You see them. The next time you see them is probably like 2-3 weeks later. Because you gotta remember also, the way they fucking film, they film like 3 shows in one fucking venue. So, them wrestling 3 times in one venue will suck. They do like 3 shows in one shot. So, them shooting the 3 shows in one shot, they're not gonna have a dude wrestle like 3 times.
See, that almost presents the problem, is the live aspect killing it.
You know what's funny is that I don't care. Like, 205 don't have to be live. It does not have to be live. Have it filmed in Full Sail with NXT. You can even make this still 205 live, WWE 205. Just call it 205. Don't call it live. And just do it after NXT, like I said on Wednesday, and it would be fucking great. The smaller crowd works with the Cruiserweights a lot more anyway.
Very true, very true.
And they changed up the commentary team, too, because of Corey Graves moving to...
Yeah, and now it's boring.
It's Nigel McGuinness.
Nigel just makes me sleepy.
Vic is the problem for me, because he seems to not be able to play off of Corey Graves effectively.
He's a C- Corey Graves.
But I agree.
He has his haircut.
But he's also just he doesn't play off the other person well. So he's too generic, bland, serious, not fun. Yeah. And then you'll have the other person, and it's like, now they're in a situation. Do any of you know him, Nigel McGuinness, for being funny or anything? Like, I don't, or energetic or anything like that.
No, now it's just 2 serious people.
So yeah, that's not good
I miss Marlo a lot on 205. I actually miss Austin Aries part of the commentating scene.
Yes, dude.
I liked him as a commentator more than a wrestler.
Yeah, there's just so many things. I want to save 205 Live. That's the thing.
I love, the thing is, again, we talk about 205 Live because we love the talent that's on 205 Live. We just want to see a better product because we know they can do a better product of it. And I think it has nothing to do with the talent because we love the talent. Because CWC, we fucking loved CWC. How they did that, everything, even the bad matches were good matches on CWC.
But is 205 Live? Is 205 Live problem also that Neville is just such a great all around, just great performer, wrestler. His character is amazing now. It was never this good, never this enticing. And ever since he had the heel turn, it's just he just dominates everything. That they don't have a babyface that can run with him, that can go toe to toe. Is that an issue?
They do, but he's not in 205.
And that
Which is who? Gargano?
Yes.
Gargano
would be the best person to fight Neville. Just the fact that he gets that natural fucking. That's the thing with WWE, and that's the only thing that they use. They use people's natural like charisma. That's how they got the same thing with Nakamura and Sami Zayn. They're naturally charismatic. They are going to get cheered because fans know them for all these years, so they love them. Same thing with Johnny Gargano. He goes in, he's going to get cheered.
Let me ask you a question. I just thought of this. Would you add a GM to 205 Live?
You know what? I said this the other fucking day. I was like, why doesn't Kurt Angle show up on 205 Live?
Oh, no, I wouldn't even go with Kurt Angle. I would go with Jamie Noble.
Well, Kurt Angle...
I'd go with somebody new. I'd go with Jamie Noble, who had the Cruiserweight title, and he's in the back.
No, that's actually a good idea, but... I only said Kurt Angle because Kurt Angle is the Raw general manager and 205 is under Raw.
Correct.
That's the only reason I said Kurt Angle. But Jamie Noble would be fucking great. Fucking get Shane Helms.
Yeah, you can add personality that way instead of having these guys. Okay, this was just announced. This is gonna happen on 205 Live.
Yeah. No, I agree. I totally agree 100% because I think I commented that the other day. I think to Charles. Shout outs to Charles. I commented that the other day to him, saying, "Why does Kurt Angle never show up on 205 Live? Isn't he the GM of 205 as well?"
He probably doesn't show up on 205 Live because they air it on Tuesdays.
No, I understand that, and that's the thing I understand is the fact that it's on Tuesdays. But wouldn't it make sense the fact that he also has control of that show because he has control of Raw?
They should just make Corey Graves the GM. That's it.
No, you know what?
Add some personality.
Jamie Noble's perfect. I agree with that 100%.
Yeah, I think we should start hashtagging Jamie Noble for GM because if you think about it, if 205 Live is the hottest hour and it's its own entity, right?
Yeah.
NXT has William Regal, and Regal adds a different dimension. It adds personality. His matches add purpose.
Yeah.
And the backstage scenes are better with him in it. They make sense.
Yeah, they need to do that with
Jamie Noble for GM. That's it.
Jamie Noble or Gregory Helms?
Oh yeah, Shane Helms. I say Jamie Noble because he was just more the most funniest crew. He's there. He was the funniest cruiserweight champ too.
But I think he would be a funny ass fucking GM too because he still has that fucking accent.
you can add a lot of different and when you add a GM,
have his office be a trailer park.
Exactly. You can add personality. Look at Lucha Underground. That guy Dario. He adds so much personality to that show.
Yeah.
No,
I 100%. No, that's a perfect idea. Again, I talked about this. I said this before. I was like, why would Kurt Angle not be on the show? And it makes sense. They should have a authority figure. They should have someone making these matches mean something.
Well, people keep talking because they listen. Enzo got there eventually. Let's see what happens.
But I don't want Enzo there.
No, I know, but you know what I'm saying. Some personality got there, so we could. I hope we can get more.
They do need a GM. They do need someone to. They need an authority figure. They need someone to make the matches mean something, and also come out, interrupt people, and say, "Oh, you're gonna be in this match now," and the heel go, "Oh, I hate you. Why?"
Yo, and kind of put these guys in check. They hitting each other with crutches and stuff, like
all the time.
Like, stop that, guys.
What would like? Let's get into a little bit of NXT, the roster. What would you do now with Hideo Itami? Would you bring him to 205 Live?
You know, with Hideo, I think they still working his heel character. Him losing is fine. It's more just him. I think they're just rating out his contract. To be honest with you, because he wants to go back to Japan.
He's done. He's done with the States.
I think he's done with it for a while, for a little bit. I think he's leaving on good terms. He's just, I think he wants to go back home for a little bit, and then he'll like refresh himself, then come back later.
Now, what would you do with Cassius Ohno?
I would start putting him in the title picture as well. Like, have some people start fighting for the title. So seeing that there's going to be Drew McIntyre, Adam Cole, start having people after that. Have people fight for the opportunity after that.
What would you do, Mike? What would you do with KO, Cassius Ohno?
Yeah, put him in there. Like, how many other people are at that level, just talent-wise? Like, on NXT, it's kind of easy. You just stick him with the rest of the people at his level that are that good, and then have him eventually fight for the #1 contendership, and then bam, there you go. Like, don't let him get lost in the shuffle. Don't ship him off anywhere.
Yeah, and you have a few guys they could have him fight. Like, I would love to see him versus Aleister Black.
Again?
Yeah, they had a fucking great match. I wouldn't mind seeing that again for #1 contendership.
I would like to see it, definitely.
Roderick Strong versus Cassius Ohno.
That's the person to me seems like he's gonna get the belt next.
Yeah.
Adam Cole.
Yeah.
Because I think McIntyre, I don't know. I don't think he's gonna last that much with the belt. To be honest with you.
You know what's funny is that after he won the belt, I listened to his podcast with Jericho, and I actually got a new respect of what he did and how he reestablished himself.
You learn to like him more.
I know I didn't learn. Like, I respect what he did.
You hear where he's coming from, basically.
Yeah,
so
I respect. Okay. I still don't like him. I respect what he did.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? This is my last thing on NXT, and pretty much the last. The thing I was actually excited. Well, two more things actually. What are they gonna do with the women's title now?
Make a tournament.
Everyone loves. That's what you would do.
Make a tournament. Yeah, they got a lot of women. They got a lot of talent. They got some of the girls from Mae Young. Add them in there too.
Who would you crown as your champ?
Nikki.
Oh, from Sanity?
Yes.
Why?
Because I like her. She's great.
I want all of them to have all the belts. That's my fantasy. All Sanity has every belt.
Yeah. Like, I want her just. I think. I think she earned it with the whole fucking thing with Asuka.
I agree.
Like, I think she should get the belt. If it's not her, it's gonna be Ruby Riott. Or if not, Ember Moon. Like, give her the belt. Like, again,
that's true. I like Ember Moon. I like Riott. I do like Nikki also.
You know what's great is that this argument of who should have the belt is not a bad argument. It's an argument because all these girls are good and they can fucking do something with this title. Because I will get Peyton Royce and Billie Kay. They could do the whole Michelle McCool, Layla thing and both be champions.
But hold on, do you notice how this talent pool is so much bigger than the main roster? Because you can have 4 potential. We just named 4 potential people that can be the champ.
I could probably name more than that.
You could.
Mandy
you could
Rose.
Definitely go down there more.
Mandy Rose. I love Mandy Rose.
We're not gonna say Mandy Rose anymore until you see her at least on TV
again. What if she goes straight to the title picture because she's golden on?
Oh, that's
okay. You can keep dreaming. That's not happening yet. That's not happening yet.
If it happens, you owe me a steak dinner.
What is the reason that she's off from TV?
No, she's just developing. Like, there's no reason. It's just her. She does all the house. She's always in the house shows. She's always doing the thing.
So a steady development, basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
They're gonna take their time with her.
Yeah, because I think they again. I think Triple H sees a lot in her too. Like, because she has the personality and everything like that. She's the total package. So I think he's waiting for that perfect moment to really.
Please don't be the total package. Please don't be the total package.
Dana Brooke should be the total package.
Somewhere. She should be somewhere
Lex
on
Luger.
some show.
She used to be.
Yeah.
True
I think
enough.
you know what. If I had to demote someone, I won't even say demote, but just get them kicks like what they did with Natty back in the day in NXT. Is Dana Brooke. I think Dana Brooke should go back to NXT and just reestablish herself, because I feel like she didn't get the right opportunity to really do anything with anything.
She didn't get time.
And then also she didn't have time to really fully recover.
She didn't.
Off the injury she had, and I think that
She
really
was-
fucked her over.
She was Emma's lackey the whole time she was there.
Yeah. But when she got her shoulder injury, her injury was fucked up, and I think she still suffers from it. Is the fact that she's hesitant with certain moves.
I don't know if you guys caught it, but are you? Here's my last thing. Are you? Did you guys catch the little tidbit when they showed Ruby Riot's backstage scene and she was like she demanded a handicap match? I'm kind of excited for that little tidbit. Did you see it?
Yeah.
Who was working together as a tag team?
Yeah.
Tony Lorcan and Danny Burch.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm excited for that.
I did.
I hope that really does happen.
NXT has a lot.
I
of
just
things
hope they're
going.
just hard hitting.
NXT has a lot of things going. There's a lot of rumors right now making the UK title as part of the NXT thing for now until they actually develop the show. I'm fine with that because I would love to see Pete Dunne more and the UK guys more because they fucking give good matches as well.
They're on the show on this week.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Cool.
It's gonna be Wolfgang, I think, versus Pete Dunne.
Yeah.
Nice.
But yeah. Last but not least, at WWE 2K18, they announced the full roster.
Who's on it? Who's not on it?
Almost everybody. No, almost everybody's on it. Like they got a good. Everyone that's on the roster from WrestleMania has made the cut. So Austin Aries in it. They got most of the cruiserweights in it. So Graham Metalik, T.J. Perkins, Cedric Alexander, Rich Swann, T.J. All those guys are there. Jack Gallagher, things like that.
Saw him.
They already talked about the 4 DLC things, which one's going to be the UK. So Pete Dunne,
the belt?
The UK guys. So it's going to be the belt and the UK guys.
Okay.
The other one is going to be Hardy Boys Theme 1. So the Hardy Boys did make the game, they're just making it later in the DLC. And then there's supposed to be 2 other packs that they haven't really mentioned anything. But I heard it might be another NXT feature pack, and then it's going to be a different one. So I'm hoping Velvet T Dream makes the game.
Dude, did you see his promo at Niagara Falls?
I loved it.
It's the best thing in Canada, except him.
That's what he said?
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
I can't wait to see him more. He gets a lot of really big high praises from Drew McIntyre and things like that.
I think Aleister Black said he was good. Like a lot of them.
A lot of guys love working with him because he's really that good in the ring, like selling wise and everything like that. He makes everyone look good, and he has that mentality of a team in a match. And I think he has a great. I like the character, so I'm all for it.
Wait, do any of you know if they're gonna be filming NXT?
Yeah.
Within the upcoming weeks because of the hurricane?
They're doing overseas though, like the Toronto. I think the Toronto they filmed.
So are the house shows gonna be like the NXT, like what they normally film in Full Sail? Because I know the hurricane is gonna is destroying Florida.
They're doing shows in like right now they're in Toronto. They're filming. They filmed in Rochester and they filmed another thing they did. So the last 3 shows, the last 9 shows were filmed already. So, no, 6 shows. Sorry, 6 shows.
Look at that, 6 shows. Wow.
So
you won't even notice it. I won't even notice
it. That's why when people get injured and shit like that, especially in NXT, I was like, honestly, if they are out for like 3 to 4 months, there's a big chance you won't notice it. Because usually, by the time that episode airs, they're back 100%.
Gotcha.
Wow. It happened to KO. Like he fucked up his knee, and everyone was like, "Oh, he's out for like 2 months," and you didn't even notice it. Yeah.
Okay.
So
okay.
yeah, WWE 2K wrap up. The 2K18 wrapped up. Check out the videos on YouTube. They actually did. They had guests for the reveal. One of them was KO, which was hilarious, and then the last one was with Bizango, which was even more hilarious. So definitely check those out.
That's on whose channel? WWE or 2K's channel?
It's on 2K's channel. I did post it up on the Facebook page. I'll check. I'll send you it.
Okay. Okay.
All right. So we're gonna wrap this up. This is the Wrestling Babble for 9, 10, 17. Definitely check us out and follow us on the Wrestling Babble board on Facebook, Merc with the Mic podcast on SoundCloud and Twitter, and I made a Tumblr. I don't know how to use it, but I have one. Follow me there.
Just put good wrestling gifts up there. That's all you need to do.
There you go. There you go. Follow us also, Recycle Inc. on Facebook. It is Recycle Inc. Everything. I've changed the name, so that's gonna be what it is.
Cool beans.
And check us out on Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, WordPress. What else?
And big shout out to Shinsuke Nakamura. I don't know if you guys read what he did. He drove to Vegas.
Yeah.
From Florida because all the flights were canceled. So he drove from his home 8 hours.
Wow.
9 hours. Wow.
When I saw that little thing, though, didn't he put up a little thing with a surf? Yeah. Did he surf? Was he that guy that was surfing the waves?
Probably.
I hope not. Yeah, no, but he reported that he had to drive 9 hours to Vegas. All the flights were canceled, so he had to go.
That's the old school way.
That's determination.
Man.
Yeah.
Don't you want to ride along with Shinsuke?
Right.
I kind of do. I think it would be fun. He's a funny dude.
Yeah.
Who he be with?
You know what's funny? Nia Jax had like in her last interview. She used to ride with Shinsuke when he was in NXT.
Oh really?
And she used to fucking have a bucket out time with him because he's very into pop music and shit.
I know the Japanese love that.
Yeah.
I know Shinsuke's ride-along buddy is Sin Cara and Kalisto.
Really?
He rides with a lot of those guys. He always takes pictures with them.
Yeah.
In the car and everything.
Oh, cool.
He's a nice guy. What do you expect? You know?
That's on his IG or that's on his Twitter or what?
His IG.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
His IG.
All right. So we'll wrap this up. Follow Recycle Inc. on Twitter, everything like that. Twitter, YouTube, all that stuff. And always remember, follow Jenkins.
That sandwich though.
With the sandwich, just follow him, stalk him. He's Lucian Harlem. Find him, take pictures, post it on Twitter.
Add your insights on the comments.
Not on 110th Street. Not on 110th Street.
Yeah, and comment. Please comment and leave your feedback. And we had a great discussion. Leave your comments on what you think you'll do with 205 Live, and what you'll do with NXT and everything we talked about. And who are your favorites on the Mae Young Classic?
That's right, Adam.
All right.
Goodbye, Wrestling World.
Peace.
Laters.